Whoa. I'm really trying to get up the motivation to do my hair. I am excited to play with this hair makeup though, so let's do this. Tomorrow's Valentine's Day, so I thought to be a little bit more festive here in lockdown, I might play with some Curlsmith hair makeup. Here's a little close-up. So I have it in the color Ruby, which is this like red. And then I have it in this rose gold. And I have actually used this rose gold before, and it was gorgeous. I'm going to go wash my hair first, and then I'll come back and film the application of these gels, or one of them. I still have to decide. Alright, so I washed with the Trey Luxe line. I used the Curl, Renew, and Restore Gentle Cleansing Rinse first, followed by the Untie the Knot Nourishing Leave-In Conditioner, and then I finished by applying the Curl Styling Serum, all on soaking wet hair. And then I used my microfiber towel to get a bulk of the water and moisture out of my hair, because I don't recommend applying these products on like soaking wet, dripping hair. That's because as the color gel hits your hair and mixes with the water, it will drip and then you'll have color all over the place. So personally, I prefer to apply this on like wet hair but not dripping wet. I'm not really a damp styler. I wouldn't call my hair damp right now, but it's not dripping. The other thing about these gels is that I've seen some people really doing perfect application, trying to get it everywhere, all over their hair. They're using like a whole tube of this stuff and getting really vibrant, like consistent results. And they're beautiful, but I personally like it to be a little bit more inconsistent and imperfect because I feel like it just looks a little bit more normal. So when I used the rose gold, I intentionally wanted some of my blonde to show through so that it kind of looked like a little bit strawberry blonde. So it's just something to think about as you're applying. You could be really precise and get it everywhere, or you can just kind of put it where you want it and go with the flow. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start by applying the Ruby. Let's see what this looks like. Oh my gosh. The color of that. It's like, the color is beautiful. It's like kind of pearlescent or like metallic. It definitely has some shine to it, some sparkle. I'm going to put a little bit more in my hands. And then I'm going to rub my hands together and just use prayer hands to start like just going straight on to my hair. Wow. It's messy business. When you want more, you've got to touch the tube with your red hands, so I'm gonna get this stuff everywhere. But I'm first just focusing on going over like the top layer of my hair, the hair that you see the most. Then I get a little bit more precise and I'll go in and kind of take some fingertips and get it closer to my roots. So I'm going to take the first layer up and just kind of like get some of the product up underneath. But I'm specifically not going to, I'm going to try not to put a lot of product under here. And that's because I've heard mixed reviews. Some people have said that this will end up transferring to their clothing, and some people said that they didn't have problems with that. When I did the rose gold, I did notice some color transfer onto my fingertips, and I also noticed that in my scarf overnight, a little bit of the pink transferred onto the scarf. So I do recommend being really careful with clothing. This is the rose gold. It's beautiful. So I'm just using a little bit of this and going in and putting it in some areas just to give it, I just want to give the look a little bit more. Alright, so now I'm ready to diffuse my hair, and periodically as I'm diffusing, I'm going to keep an eye on the color as it's drying, and then I might just apply a little bit in certain areas if I feel like I want it. Not 100% dry yet, but as it dries, I can start to already see the areas where I might want to apply a little bit more of the color gel. I also see some of the blonde popping out that I will probably want to keep because I just kind of like it to have like a more textured look. This color gel is really thick. The texture is like super thick. Doesn't move. So I'm going to add a couple of drops of water. And just like emulsify that in my hand to spread out that color a little bit. I might have added a little too much water, but I'm just trying to get it a little bit easier for me to spread onto my hair. So this is definitely a lot more runny now, so you can kind of play with how much water you use. I'm just going to go in and target specific curls, like this one. I'm just going to pinch the color into the curl. Because I have wavy hair, if I pull on it too much, it will just be straight, especially now that it has gel on it. Alright, so I put some on specific pieces, but I'm not going for perfection. So I will finish drying. I also wanted to show you guys that the gel totally comes off your hands. So that's one of the things I wondered about as soon as I put it on my hand and saw how bright it was, if that was going to wash off. But it does. So I will finish drying and I'll show you what it looks like. Oh my gosh, look at that color! So you can see how some of my blonde is popping out. I actually really like that. I like that it's not like perfectly all one color. Just gonna scrunch out the crunch. Hopefully this video gave you a better feel for the Curlsmith hair makeup color gels. They have other colors as well. I'll definitely be trying the gold and the turquoise, and then I keep getting requests to try the copper, but I haven't been able to get my hands on that one yet. So hopefully I can pick that one up at some point. But I'm really digging these like pink and red colors, so it's just really fun. Thanks for watching my video. Hit subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos, and come find me over on Instagram at CurlyQLou, where I share a lot more tips for curly and wavy hair.